Assalamu alaikum to all. The subject is Environment of Pakistan for class C1 and week 5. The date starts from 4th May to 8th May 2020. References and resources which will be required in this is your reference book will be Environment of Pakistan by Humanaz Sethi. Chapter Natural Topography, page 19 to 24, and the subtopic will be Indus Plain. Topic will be explained and done with the help of maps and pictures. At the end, short questions will be given for your confirmation of learning or recap. Objectives of this topic: by the end of the lesson, you will be able to locate bars and doabs of Upper Indus Plain, describe physical features of Upper and Lower Indus Plain, explain economic activities and lifestyle of people living in Indus Plain, enlist problems of people living in Indus Delta. In this topic, students will learn about natural topography and drainage features of Upper Indus Plain, natural topographical and drainage features of Lower Indus Plain, problems of people living in Indus Delta, economic activities and lifestyle of people living in the area. When I use the word economic activities, it means what are the primary, secondary and tertiary activities in which people are involved. As all of you know very well that primary activity includes your resources which are taken from the nature, like agriculture, fishing, forestry, mining, etc. And secondary industry includes manufacturing industry, for example your large and small scale industries, and tertiary activity include your services providing industry. In the coming slides there will be two maps and one cross section. First of all, you should know that location of Upper Indus Plain, which is shown on the map as well. If you look at map A, it will be showing the major. On map A there are 5 rivers shown: Indus, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi and Satluj, and these 5 rivers joined at Panjnath. From Panjnath the river Indus flows along and contribute towards Lower Indus Plain. So Upper Indus Plain is the area which is covered by 5 rivers. Map B, as you can see on your screen, it is showing the extent of Upper Indus Plain and Lower Indus Plain. Lower Indus Plain starts from Mithankot and it includes most of the Sindh Plain, and here river Indus flows along. From south of Thatta, Indus Delta starts and it has its own problems and economic activities which will be given in the coming slides. If you look at the Upper Indus Plain, as we can see it has 5 rivers including its doabs, bars. The definitions of doabs, bars and their importance will be given in detail in the coming slides. Since Sagar doab is present between river Indus and river Jhelum, Chaj doab is present between river Jhelum and river Chenab, Rachna doab is present between river Chenab and river Ravi, Bari doab is present between river Ravi and river Satluj. If you can see that there are also some bars. Kirana bar is present between river Jhelum and river Chenab. Sandal bar is present between river Chenab and river Ravi. There are 2 bars between river Ravi and Satluj. One is Neeli bar and second one is Ganji bar. There are 2 bars because previously, before partition, another river was flowing in this area, that was Beas, but after partition and after signing Indus Water Treaty, this river is no more flowing in the area, but still it has its bar in the region. This is a cross section of a doab, and if you see on the cross section that on the vertical axis there is the height above the sea level, that is meter above river level. And the distance of each feature from the river is also given on the x-axis in kilometers. So the first feature which you can see is along with the river is levees. The second one is active floodplain. Then old floodplain, which is present between meander floodplain and cover floodplain, scarp, and alluvial terraces. In the same way on the other side, same features are present because Doab is an area which is present between two rivers, and on this cross section you can also see that there are two rivers, and in between these two rivers these features are present. Usually examiner in the CI examination ask you to label this diagram or cross section also, so it is very important. So you should practice it on your own at your homes as well while you are revising the topic. Physical features of upper Indus plain. First one is active floodplain. The narrow strip of land on both sides of the rivers, you can see it on the cross section of Doab as well. While you are reading or studying or listening, you should follow your book as well, because in that book the cross section of a Doab is also given, so you can follow it. Active floodplain, it is also known as Bet or Khatar land. It is inundated almost every year. This is the area where flood water came every year. Next one is Doabs. A land between two rivers is known as Doab or interfluves. Inter means middle, flues mean liquid, so it is also known as interfluves. And Doab, do, two, abs, water. Two waters, the area which is present between two waters, that is the two rivers, is known as Doab. Braided channel. Sometimes it happens if there is some hindrance on the path of a river, say it can be a stone or something else, then a river is divided into two parts, and due to some hindrance and again joined into one river, that type of river is known as braided river, or that channel is known as braided channel. Levees, when the river deposits material in its both banks. So you can see from the cross section of a Doab the picture levees as well. So this is the material which river brought itself from mountains during erosion, and then it deposits on both sides of the bank. Levees can be artificial or they can be natural. Natural when river is depositing it, artificial when we make dikes or bunds on the river banks, so it can reduce the effect of floods. Bars or alluvial terraces, these are areas of higher grounds between rivers formed by old alluvium. Old alluvium means that it is the deposition of a river, which is the soil deposited by river previously. Alluvium is the soil which is deposited by river. They are also called scalloped interfluves. This is the third name that you can use. Bars or alluvial terraces or scalloped interfluves are the same terms given to one feature. Highest ground in the Doab, and it is best because away from flood area. It means that it is good for the construction of settlement as well, because they are the higher grounds and they are away from the effect of the floods as well. Old floodplain. Meanders and cover floodplains cover the area between the alluvial terraces and the active floodplains. They are only flooded when there is heavy rainfall in the area, and that is usually happen in the summer monsoon, and they are also covered with old alluvium. Scarp, a long steep slope or cliff at the edge of a plateau or ridge formed by erosion. Piedmont plain, an area present at the foothills of the mountain. It is usually a flat area before entering into the mountainous region. Alluvial fans are present in the Piedmont plain areas, and when river reach the foothills of the mountains, they become slow and split into narrow channels of the stream and take a shape of fans. So they are also known as alluvial channels or alluvial fans. Meanders, a sudden curve in the path of a river, or when river takes a zigzag shape, is known as meander. These terms you have also learned in class 7th as well, with the chapter The Work of a River. Oxbow Lake, a crescent-shaped lake formed by the meandering river, are known as Oxbow Lakes. And now we will come towards Lower Indus Plain, and all of you know very well that whole of Sindh province is included in this plain. It includes all above features that we have discussed previously except bars, dwarfs and scarp. I will repeat again that Lower Indus Plain includes all above features except bars, dwarfs and scarp. They are only found in Upper Indus Plain. Whereas in Lower Indus Plain, with all above features that we have discussed, it also includes cuesta and delta. But cuesta and delta are not present in Upper Indus Plain, so these are the differentiating features between Upper Indus Plain and Lower Indus Plain. If our examiner asks you to differentiate or contrast between Upper Indus Plain and Lower Indus Plain, then you should go to these features. But if the examiner asks you for the comparison, in comparison you can give the common features along with the differentiating features. I hope you have clear knowledge about these features. Now coming towards delta. It is located to the south of Thatta. A delta is often triangular or fan shaped with the main distributaries branching out from the main river like the ribs of a fan. Here the distributary starts depositing their material, and they make different swamps as well. The Indus Delta has tidal flats with mangrove swamps. These tidal flats are formed because of the deposition of the river. The coastal area is generally low and flat, but the delta of Indus is reducing due to many reasons. First is obviously construction of dams and barrages, because of which less fresh water is reaching the delta, and due to which less alluvial soil is depositing in the area as well. So this is a problem by the construction of dams and barrages, which is the Indus Delta is facing right now. Cuesta, these are limestone ridges which has a steep slope on one side and has a gentle slope on the other side. Examples are Rohri Cuesta and Ganju Takkar Cuesta. But along these cuestas also has advantages. The first advantage is that these are limestone ridges which provide a firm foundation for the construction of barrages for irrigation. They also add to the scenic beauty of the area. Economic activities and lifestyle of people living in the Indus Delta is same for Upper and Lower Indus Plain. Mineral resources like crude oil, coal, limestone, natural gas, agriculture. The Indus Plain grows large scale and small scale crops including wheat, sugarcane, cotton, rice, pulses. All of these are grown on a larger scale and smaller scale as well. Fruit farming, both large scale and small scale fruit farming is present in the area, including mangoes, bananas, melons, guavas, dates. They are all grown because Indus Plain is the most fertile region of Pakistan and the world as well. Livestock and their products. The most important livestock products are wool, goat, hair and skins, with buffalo and cattle, sheep farming, and these livestock farming is done on both small scale and large scale in or commercial basis in the area. Fishing and trade. With the construction of Karachi Port and Port Qasim, the area is developed as fishing and trading center, and it is also earning revenue for the country. Secondary industry, both small scale and large scale industries are present in the area. It includes cotton textile, sugar, cement, iron steel industry, which is very important for our country. So all of these industries are present in area. This area also has a high population density in Pakistan. Both Punjab and Sindh are the most populous provinces of the country because of these economic activities, because of the availability of jobs in the area as well. Infrastructure facilities, these facilities are well developed in the area, as whole area is well connected with road, rail, airways. Health and education facilities are also well developed. Banking, tourism and trade sector is also well developed. Now coming towards Indus Delta. Indus Delta has some problems which are fared, because of which the population density of this area is also reducing. It has a low population density because the land is constantly exposed to the effects of seawater in form of waves and tides. Agriculture is limited to only few areas due to swampy land covered with seawater, saline soil and low annual rainfall. Along with this, the underground water of this area is also now saline. So it is difficult for people to live in the area, so they start migrating. Infrastructure facilities are not well developed, discouraging the growth of commercial and industrial economic activities. Local communities are involved in fishing. Mangrove trees are used as fuel wood and their leaves as fodder for animals. Occasional tropical cyclones cause damage to farming areas, fishing and the shanty homes of the people in this. Now at the end we will come to the recap. It will be done through short questions. The answer of these short questions are given in the next slide. So first of all, what is Doab? Why bars are best to live in a Doab? What is a cuesta? Also give its uses. These are the answers. A land between two rivers. Highest ground in the Doab, and it is best because it is away from flooded area. It is a limestone ridge with steep slope on one side and gentle slope on other side. It is used for construction of barrage and limestone extraction. You can find your questions, revision questions in your assignment folders, and the answer will be in your key folders. Resources will be in your resource page.